Hello everyone, Argsy here. These Fact Sheet Fridays are coming around fast. We are at week number 5 and there is only 6 more Fridays left until Farming Simulator 25 releases, which means we're pretty much at the halfway point of these fact sheets. So let's go and check out what this week brings. Yesterday we saw the release of the gameplay video for the brand new Asian map coming in FS25 Hutan Pantai. Today's equipment is heavily focused on some of the things we saw in that and some of the things we've seen associated with rice. So let's dive on and take a look. So starting off here with the John Deere C441R round baler. Now we've obviously seen this before. This was at FarmCon where we learnt about the consumables for round balers, the bale rack and the net. Now this round baler will cost you $112,500, requires 110 horsepower to pull it, weighs in at 6.5 tonne. Now interestingly, it appears that we'll bale only 125 centimetre bales and will obviously only rack 125 centimetre bales, so no options for the bigger 150 or 180 centimetre bales here on this one. It has a working speed there of 17 kilometres or 11 miles per hour, so goes along at a fair clip. And I think this is the first fact sheet where we've seen some information about tyre configurations. We've got what looks like a T404 or a T510 there in the tyres. So a nice looking baler. Great to see these round balers coming in with John Deere. So the other thing we don't see on the fact sheet here is the consumables for this, but from FarmCon we do know that it will take bale rack or the net twine, and you can refill that, but you don't have to refill it. You can fill it from the menu without actually having to do any of that. So I guess it's a bit of an option there. Next up is Novag and the T-Force Plus 950. Novag is of course a new brand for Farming Simulator 25. However, we did see it come as a third-party mod in FS22 just recently with the Terra Life Plus mod, so nice to see it becoming a base game mod. And we also did see some of this in the Gamescom trailer, so you might have remembered seeing this working in one of the fields. But a little bit more about the T-Force Plus 950. Of course, it is a seeder and it will cost you $312,000. Now, it does require quite a decent sized tractor to pull it, 415 horsepower, but it is planting at a 9 metre width, hence the 950 in the name. Has a 7,700 litre hopper, can take both seed and fertiliser, weighs in at a hefty 18 tonne and will plant at 12 kilometres or 7.5 miles per hour, and has a selection of crops there. You can see wheat, barley, oats, canola, grass, oilseed radish, long grain rice, peas and spinach there. So 9 different crops that you can plant with a seeder, and that has become consistent. Moving on, and we're jumping into some of the rice equipment that we have already seen, the Iseki PRJ8D rice planter. Now this was kind of the star of the original gameplay trailer, the CGI trailer that announced Farming Simulator 25. As we said, it is a rice planter. It's actually quite affordable. I was quite surprised here at the price, $25,500. Only a 25 horsepower engine, so not the most gruntiest, but it does what it does in a nice flat flooded rice paddy. 28 litre diesel tank as well, so again not the biggest space or biggest volume of storage, but you can see that actually when you look at the weight, less than 1 tonne weighing in there. It runs a variable CVT transmission, has capacity for 274 litres of rice seedlings. Road speed there at 20 kilometres or 13 miles per hour, and will plant your rice at 8 kilometres or 5 miles per hour. And we can see there the 2 different symbols, and I believe we are seeing for the first time the rice seedlings as a fill type. We've seen those being able to be grown in the greenhouses, and obviously the one thing it will plant is the rice. And the last 2 pieces of equipment we've got to look is at the other end of the rice planting. It is the harvesting with the Iseki HJ6130 rice harvester. This is a $95,000 harvester. Again, surprisingly affordable when we compare this to some of the other equipment we've seen, the Oxbow harvesters, for example. Only 130 horsepower. Again, it isn't the biggest thing. What we don't actually see on this, or the rice planter for that matter, was the planting width or the harvesting width here. Runs variable CVT transmission, has a 105 litre diesel tank, and will work on the road, or road speed there at 12 kilometres or 8 miles per hour, and 8 kilometres or 5 miles per hour in the field. Has a 2,000 litre hopper, so not the biggest, and weighs in at 5.6 tonne, and will only harvest the rice. So that is the HJ6130 rice harvester from Iseki. And the other piece of equipment we have here is the first time we've seen something Lizard branded, the Lizard Motors Dragon. Now this is a truck, obviously, $45,000, 3,500 to 7,600 litre capacity, so not the biggest truck, but well suited for these smaller rice fields. 180 litre diesel tank, and nice speed there on the road, 80 kilometers per hour or 50 miles per hour. Weighs in at 4.4 tonne and has a 170 horsepower engine, and can take a myriad of different fill types in the back there, probably all of the bulk fill types that will be available on FS25, just skimming through those. Now this does look a lot like a Mitsubishi Canter or a Hino or even some light Toyota commercial trucks, so obviously without those brands in the game, to have a truck like this, which would be pretty common in this part of the world, in Eastern Asia, they've obviously had to go with the Lizard brand, so interesting to see that. So there we go, the 5th installment of Fact Sheet Friday for Farming Simulator 25. We are almost at the halfway stage of these. The next 6 weeks are going to fly by if the past 5 are anything to go by. Some great equipment there. I'm really looking forward to getting out and giving that rice a go and trying out some of those smaller pieces of equipment. And I do like how affordable actually they are compared to some of the other bigger equipment we've seen in some of the previous Fact Sheet Fridays. It is actually going to be quite affordable to get into that smaller rice, so keen to give that a go. Now of course, friendly reminder that Farming Simulator is available to pre-order right now, and if you do that through the Giant Store, you can use our partner code ArgsyGaming, or one word, at the checkout, to support the channel at no additional cost to you. So, as always, hope you found that video informative. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.